A major Social Security update is here, and millions of Americans, and especially seniors who depend on their monthly checks on it, are watching closely. The Social Security Administration, SSA, has confirmed the next round of payments, and only certain beneficiaries will receive their deposits on Thursday, October 31st. This particular payment marks a unique moment in the Social Security calendar, affecting when millions of retirees, individuals with disabilities, and low-income recipients under the Supplemental Security Income SSI program will see their funds. For seniors who count on every dollar to cover rent, medication, groceries, and other basic needs, understanding exactly when these payments hit their accounts is critical. Welcome to Truth Lens, where we cut through the confusion and bring clarity to stories that matter most to hardworking Americans, that especially our seniors and retirees living on fixed incomes. Every week, we break down key financial and government updates that impact your pocketbook and your peace of mind. Inflation, healthcare costs, and unpredictable policy changes continue to squeeze those living on Social Security, and it's never been more important to stay informed. This channel is built on one simple belief: you deserve the truth, clear and unfiltered. Now let's talk about what's happening with the October 31st Social Security payment, who qualifies, what it means, and how it fits into the broader 2025 benefits timeline. According to the Social Security Administration's payment schedule, deposits are distributed throughout each month, depending on when a recipient was born. It's a system designed to spread out payments rather than issue them all at once. Here's how it usually works. Beneficiaries born between the 1st and 10th of the month receive their checks on the second Wednesday. Those born between the 11th and 20th are paid on the third Wednesday. And those born between the 21st and 31st get their money on the fourth Wednesday of the month. However, there are exceptions, and this is where the October 31st payment comes in. Retirees who began receiving Social Security before May 1997, along with all SSI recipients, follow a separate schedule. Their deposits typically arrive at the beginning of each month, regardless of their birth date. But when a scheduled payment date lands on a weekend or a federal holiday, the SSA adjusts the timeline to the nearest business day. This means that sometimes payments arrive early, creating what's known as a double payment month. For this particular cycle, October 31st is that early payment day. Because November 1st falls on a Saturday, SSI recipients will get their monthly payment one day early on Thursday, October 31st. This early disbursement means that there will be no additional SSI payment in November. The next one after this will arrive on December 1st. It's important for beneficiaries to note this timing because that extra gap between payments can stretch budgets thin, particularly for seniors already struggling to make ends meet. The average SSI payment, according to SSA estimates, is about $967 per month for individuals and $1,450 for eligible couples. These amounts represent a lifeline for some of the most financially vulnerable Americans: older adults, disabled individuals, and those living below the poverty line. Many seniors depend on SSI to supplement their Social Security retirement or disability benefits, helping cover out-of-pocket medical expenses, food, and housing costs. But even with this support, many recipients say it's still not enough to keep pace with inflation. Looking ahead, starting in January 2026, benefits across the board, including SSI, SSDI, and Social Security retirement payments, will rise by 2.8% due to the cost of living adjustment, COLA. This adjustment is designed to protect recipients from inflation by increasing payments in line with rising consumer prices. While 2.8% may sound small, every little bit counts when you're on a fixed income. The average retired worker's monthly benefit is expected to rise from $1,976 to around $2,031. And for couples filing jointly, from $3,089 to approximately $3,175. But even with these increases, the harsh reality remains. Prices for essentials like housing, food, and healthcare have grown much faster than Social Security checks. For millions of seniors, the monthly payment is stretched to the limit before the month even ends. Rent has gone up, prescription drug prices continue to rise, and even a trip to the grocery store can feel like a financial burden. These are not luxuries. They're the basic necessities that every senior deserves without fear or uncertainty. Across America, retirees are expressing frustration that despite decades of hard work, they're still facing difficult choices. Many are asking how they'll manage heating bills this winter or whether they can afford the next refill of their medication. For those relying solely on Social Security or SSI, there's no room for financial surprises. That's why the October 31st payment date is so crucial. It ensures that millions of low-income recipients won't be left waiting days longer for funds that are vital to their daily survival. In towns big and small, this payment schedule impacts real lives. Take, for example, seniors in upstate New York or rural parts of Texas who plan their entire month around their deposit date. For them, knowing exactly when that check hits isn't just a matter of convenience, it's a matter of survival. The earlier deposit on October 31st gives them just enough breathing room to cover rent, buy groceries before the end of the month, or fill up a prescription that can't wait until November. For Social Security Disability Insurance, SSDI, recipients, the schedule remains the same based on their birth date. SSDI provides crucial support to Americans who are unable to work due to long-term disability, and like retirees, they rely on these payments to cover daily essentials. The SSA continues to emphasize that its payment schedule is consistent and predictable, but early payment adjustments like this one serve as a reminder of how closely timed these benefits are to recipients' basic needs. It's worth remembering that these benefits represent decades of contributions. Seniors and disabled Americans have paid into this system their entire working lives, trusting that the safety net would be there when they needed it. For many, Social Security isn't just a government program. It's the promise of security, dignity, and independence in their later years. Yet, in today's economy, even that promise feels fragile. Every time an adjustment like this happens, seniors across the country hold their breath, double-checking their bank accounts, watching for that deposit notification, and hoping that nothing goes wrong. It's a reminder of how delicate financial stability can be when you're living on a fixed income. For many retirees, missing even a single payment could mean unpaid bills, late fees, or skipped meals. This is why the SSA's communication about these date changes is so vital and why coverage like this matters. At Truth Lens, we recognize the importance of keeping America's seniors informed. When you live on a limited income, every bit of clarity can make a world of difference. Our goal is to ensure that seniors, caregivers, and families understand not only when the money arrives, but what broader economic forces are shaping these benefits. As October comes to a close, the October 31st SSI payment will serve as a small but significant relief for millions of households nationwide. It's a reminder that even small scheduling shifts in Social Security can have major real-world impacts, especially for older Americans living paycheck to paycheck. And while inflation continues to eat away at the value of those benefits, each payment remains a vital lifeline that keeps food on the table and roofs over heads. So as we move toward November, seniors across the country are once again budgeting carefully, making every dollar count, and hoping that future adjustments bring more meaningful relief, whether it's the upcoming COLA increase or ongoing discussions about the long-term future of Social Security. One thing is clear: these programs remain the backbone of retirement security in America. Here at Truth Lens, we'll continue to follow every update, every policy shift, and every new payment schedule that affects our seniors, our disabled citizens, and our working families. Because in times like these, knowledge is power. And for millions of Americans living on Social Security, it's also peace of mind.